Howdy, hello, and welcome back. My name is Sajay Preferred, and today we are becoming Van Goth. So, as mentioned, we are becoming, if you think I'm becoming a painter, you are wrong. We are becoming Van Goth, the winner from season 5 of Canada's Drag Race, someone who I was immediately obsessed with once announced. And today we're going to be putting her face on mine, and I'm a little scared that eyeliner is terrifying. If you are new to the Becoming episodes, first, hi, hello, my name is Sajay Preferred. I am a local Birmingham entertainer where once every month I put on a face of a drag race girl, of a famous drag queen, or just a entertainer in the pop scene. And today we are doing someone pretty gothy. So I'm going to block my brows. I've already prepped and primed off camera. I'm going to block these little eyebrows really quick, and then I'm going to start drawing on her eyebrows because they are very terrifying, and I know I'm going to have to focus and just not talk on camera. So I will be right back when I have that done in 3, 2, 1. Oh. So we are back. The eyebrows are not even at all. For those who do not know, for those who have never seen a Becoming episode, I kind of just look at photos of who I'm doing. And I literally just go off the photos. I don't really watch videos. I have seen a video of Van Gogh doing her makeup, so I do know a little bit of things. But this is the look I'm going for. Catch the ring light. I had an outfit that was like similar-esque to her promo look. However, I don't think I'm going to wear that. I honestly think I'm just going to wear a very basic black and white look. I did not want to do a black and white eye because of the Mikey Meeks, Becoming Mikey Meeks episode. For those who have not seen it, make sure you watch it. So did not want to do that because of that. I also mentioned in that video that the setup for the Becoming episodes would be changing very soon, which it is. Fun fact, this video is actually filmed few days after the Mikey Meeks video, so that's why the set currently is not changed. However, we have a booking. Well, I guess I have a booking that I'm doing this coming up weekend, and I honestly just did not want to move everything around before my booking because I didn't want to get confusion. So after said booking is when the set will be changing. We already have plans. So I went ahead and added a little bit of my white into the foundation because, as Van Gogh says herself, she does not paint white, she just paints pale, which I very much so relate to. So went in and added just a tad bit of white to the foundation. I'm going to go in with contour. She usually does a gray base contour. When I was looking specifically at the video, though, it did look like a brown contour. So I had a bunch of gray contours when I started doing drag. I actually only did gray contour because I'm so extremely pale, which is why one of the reasons why I'm obsessed with Van Gogh, because I love the pale culture. We love to see it. We love to see vampires. However, I do not have said contours anymore, so therefore I'm just going to go in with my normal contour, which is it blends out pretty contoury, pretty brown, pretty buttery. It does have a little bit of a neutral undertone to it. So I feel like when I blend it out and kind of blend it out again with my foundation, it's gonna work out fine. We're gonna make it work. For those who have not seen Canada's Drag Race, one, you are completely missing out. Canada's Drag Race is so incredibly good. All of the fantastic entertainers who have come from Canada's Drag Race, I'm obsessed with. Been obsessed with season 1. Let me not say been obsessed since season 1 because, to be honest, was not a huge fan of season 1 as a whole. But it really did start to pick up with season 2. Was a huge fan of Pythia and Isis Couture. Also, as a whole, Brooklyn Heights is a fantastic host. Literally one of the best hosts out there. I would honestly say Brooklyn and Mama Pao from I almost said Philippines. If you have not seen Canada's Drag Race, we've got a few people onto it because of Brooklyn Heights just being such an incredible host. But if you have not seen it, please get into it because it is so good. I don't ever watch the international spoilers. I watch just about all of the international seasons, or have at least tried to watch them. Sometimes the subtitles really get me. Canada's Drag Race, I have never seen spoilers for, and I don't know why, because I watch every season of Canada's Drag Race religiously. So I knew nothing about Goth before coming into season 5. And oh my god, immediately her promo blew me out of the water. I was so incredibly in love with the pastel-y lavender. It was so cute. Yeah, loved Van Gogh's promo. One of my favorites, absolutely. I also loved PM from the jump. And then whenever the season started to get started, I was obsessed even more with PM. I think PM is a fantastic entertainer. Love Ebony LaBelle as well. She, honestly, her and Van Gogh were who I wanted as top 2. And if you have not seen the season, spoiler alert, they are the top 2. So I feel like I definitely put something into the universe with that. You're welcome. Overall, the season 5, season 6, season 7. What season are we on? Season 6, I'm pretty sure. Of Canada's Drag Race is a fantastic season. Did I call it season 5 in the beginning? Anyway, season 6. Is it season 6? I'm pretty sure it's season 6. There's so much Drag Race now. It's so incredibly hard to keep up with. Like, outrageously hard to keep up with. But this season of Canada's Drag Race has probably been hands down one of the best seasons. I think the season before it was really, really good as well. And honestly, the season before that too with Denim. Love Denim, huge fan of Denim. And love the representation of Denim as well. I feel like we don't have a lot of, actually we don't, period, have a lot of trans men representation in the Drag Race community, let alone for drag entertainers. So we love to see that Canada's Drag Race was one of the first to do it, and also one of the first drag kings, openly drag king, with Velma this season and Johnny, which we love to see. And I love that Canada is not afraid to go there. And I feel like Canada's Drag Race is a guinea pig for a lot of new tricks and a lot of new twists that regular Drag Race wants to add, and they just want to check it out before. I don't care. I love it. I truly do. I really do. Canada's Drag Race, hands down, one of the best series. That in the Philippines. Something I immediately clicked with Van Gogh, though, was her, like, I love the villains of the seasons. And I'm in a little in my villain era at the moment. I've never seen myself as a villain because I feel like I can be very but at the end of the day, I mean absolutely no harm, and most of the time I'm just being shady. I am very confrontational and to the point though, so I feel like a lot of the times that will get in my way and that will get me in some trouble. But kind of starting my villain era here with the overness of the being over, people walking over, and it makes you really want to become her. Makes you want to snap and just be evil sometimes. I really do honestly love the villains of the season though. Okay, let's get into it, because I feel like when people say villains, immediately people's brain go to bullies. And that's not the case. Villains are not bullies. Villains, I feel like, are people who are not going to be the overly positive, who are not going to be kumbaya. And that's okay. They're willing to fight. They're willing to stand up to their morals and what they believe in. And I feel like that's a positive thing. I've always been very, not even confrontational. I have always been confrontational, but I've always been straightforward and to the point. I do not like fakeness. I've always been very autistic in my life. It's something that, like, it messes with my autism. When I think of, being fake, it just doesn't work for me. I look at someone and I meet someone and I want to meet them. I don't want to meet something or someone that they're putting on to be. I want to meet them. And so I feel like people who are very straightforward up front, I get along with so much more because I can see exactly who they are. So I feel like when it comes to villains, a lot of those villains are similar to that. Of course, we have like, Plain Jane. I love Plain Jane for who she is, but I don't really see her as the villain that I would see myself as. Because I would be okay with, if they wanted me to say some stuff that is absolutely true, I have no problem doing so. So I feel like those people who are just being themselves and being confrontational, leave them alone, girl. Leave them alone. And if it's about making good TV, like, I mean, Mistress literally says it all the time. She was there to make good TV. Plain Jane was there to make good TV. I feel like at the end of the day, you are literally signing up for a drag reality competition. You should know there's gonna have to be some drama. And if you're not willing to give the drama, one, you weren't a theater kid. Two, I mean, all right. Plain and safe, I see. Plain and safe. They always come out to be these villains, but they're nice. Like Bianca Del Rio. She and Adore had a very interesting and loving friendship, because Bianca is not a horrible person. I've met Bianca twice now, and both times I've met her, she was very, very sweet, very, very kind. Yuriko O'Hara is another one who, when I met, was not a villain at all. And I don't feel like it's even editing. I feel like these people said these things. They were not, AI'd. That not all villains are horrible. There are some, but not all of us. I'm in my villain era, so not all of us are horrible. Now that I've spent 20 minutes trying to find the right shade of teal to put in my inner corner, or my crease rather, I'm going to go off camera and kind of cut that crease and get that teal laid, just because I feel like I'm going to have some issues with the color matching, but I will be right back when I have the teal on the lids. The eye is briefly started. I know it looks insane right now. I'm going to go in, the color matching was so incredibly hard, but I'm going to go in with some more purpley, tealy glitter to kind of even it out. What I'm about to do now, though, is start the eyeliner, which is honestly what I'm most terrified of, because I'm not good at liner. I'm not good at making anything even, as we can see. So when I do my liner, I do no liner. So we're going to hope and pray, and I'm going to do it mostly on camera, zoomed, sped through. And then we will see how it turns out. When I tell y'all that liner was so incredibly hard to do, Van, if you were watching this for some odd, godforsaken reason, don't know how you do that every time, because that is hard. I literally ignore this side where I have it smeared. My eye is watering. So when I do final touches, which a lot of 90% of this look is probably going to be finishing final touches to make it look decent. But when I do the finishing touches on it, I'm going to add the liner in, and of course the under eye. So really quick, just for camera purposes to get some content, I'm going to go ahead and do the blush, and then I'm going to start the lips, because I'm also timing this video filming wise with another video that I have filming, and I'm going to be waiting on the guest and having some drinky drinks in between, so I also don't want to mess up my lips. But we're gonna get most of it done, most of it completed, and then we're gonna put the finished look together. Which one is which? We're gonna put the finished look together. We're gonna get it all nice and all appropriate, and then we're gonna film the final look. I am excited. I don't do a lot of liner, as mentioned, and that's for very specific reasons, because I'm horrible at it. But one purpose of this series, the Becoming series, is for me to try out new makeup on my face. Also, if y'all have not had the new Red Bull Vanilla Ice Berry or whatever it's called, so incredibly good, especially with some vodka. So we are back with the finished look. Honestly, I am not mad at all. I will say, as mentioned, I don't know how she does this every single time she gets in the drag. The liner is so incredibly intense. I had this black cover up that was going to go perfectly because, as mentioned, I wasn't doing her promo look. Decided not to do that. That's a whole lot of sewing, and I'm already doing a whole lot of sewing. So immediately I think of black and white when I think of Van Goth, and so I did like a little black and white moment. And some black and white hair, which she usually wears. But overall, I'm not mad. Like I said, the liner is definitely not for me. The liner is cute. I actually have two things I had to film after this, so I'm going to kind of redo the liner with some like different colors. But overall, I'm not mad. Let me know in the comments below what you think. If it is it giving Van Goth? I feel like it's definitely giving a little ooky spooky goth. But let me know in the comments who you would like to see me do next. I do have the next two planned. I'm about to start filming them actually to get them out of the way. Make sure to follow me on all of my socials at The Only Preferred for brand new looks, new updates. I'm about to film some Preferred Stars videos actually in this Van Goth makeup, so stay tuned for those. You can follow along at The Preferred Stars as we kick off season 2. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for a brand new video on the channel every single Sunday and a brand new Becoming video every once monthly. I believe they're going to be on the second Sundays, but to be continued. Until next time, stay queer, stay preferred, and always...
Yes.